Hello, hello. It is Erica with Holy Rustic and Redheaded Princess Designs. And I have this month's Wagon Club box to paint with you. So come in, say hey, let me know that you're here. I hope that you're having an amazing day. This is our Wagon Decor Club box. So each month you get a box delivered to your door that has an insert in it that is exclusive to our club that you can paint to put in your wagon, which I have over here. Here it is. Here's our little wagon. The handle is missing off of this one. But anyways, this is the wagon. And so inside this month's box, we did all things spring and Easter. So this is our little kit for the month. You're also going to get a 20% off code that you can use on any of our Wagon Decor items that are on our website. These kits, like I said, are exclusive, so you can only get them by joining the Wagon Club. You cannot purchase this kit on our website. We do have tons of other kits on our website. If you join the Wagon Club by the end of the month, you will get this month's kit. And then it's just a reoccurring charge each month, and your kit is delivered to your door for you to paint up. So let's get this out of the plastic and get that out of here because that's loud and annoying. And then let's tilt you down so you can see what we got going on here. I know my table is messy. We're trying a different view that I think will work better on YouTube when I pull these kits over. And I'm not loving that. Hang on. Sorry to move you around so much. Let's try that. That's a better view. All right, there we go. You don't need to see my shirt. You need to see our pieces. All right, so I'm going to set my little inspiration photo back here so we can see what's going on. You do get the inspiration picture with all of our kits, so you can paint it just like the picture, or you can go rogue and paint it however you want. This kit has this cute little precious little bunny. So sweet. And we're going to start with him, I think. So let's just move all our little pieces out of the way. We're going to base coat this bottom piece with some white. So I'm going to get some white paint on my plate over here. Now, it is hard for me to see the comments from this angle, so if you make a comment, I'm not ignoring you. It's just hard for me to see them unless I like really lean down. All right, that should be enough white. I'm gonna grab my paint towel, lay that here on my lap, and we'll get started. So let me know if you have any questions about our Wagon Club. It also goes with our tiered tray club. So each, we have two different subscription boxes. One is our wagon and one is our tiered tray. So the tiered tray has kits just like this that you can paint up and put on your tiered tray, and they go together with the Wagon Club. So you can make a whole little display with your tiered tray and your wagon together. And I see I have some friends in here this morning. Hopefully they're going to behave. All right, so we're just base coating this bottom round with our white. And I'm just going right over those edged lines. They're still going to show through and give us that shiplap look. Or I will show you we can take a little bit of gray or black and kind of build those back in if we want a super defined shiplap look. I do not paint the edges of my pieces. They are laser burned, so they have a nice black edge to them that I really enjoy. So the way that I use my brush on here is a little different than if you would do it on a canvas or anything else, because I'm just making sure I'm dragging the brush across the top of the surface and that the bristles aren't hitting the edges of my piece too much. It does take some getting used to painting that way. You can always take a baby wipe and wipe down the sides of your pieces. That will help clean them up at the end as well. Or you can paint the edges, whatever is your preference. So my plan today is to get out some orders. I think yesterday I was in the middle of getting orders together and our shipping software had some kind of malfunction and quit working. And so I couldn't get any more orders out. So my plan after this is to go work on getting those orders finished and get them out so that they can get to you and you can paint up all your pretty little kits that you have ordered. All right, this is the front piece that goes in our wagon. I'm also going to base coat it with the white. It's going to say Happy Easter. This kit is so cute and so precious for Easter. So let me know, have you made plans for Easter yet? And what kind of things do you like to do on Easter? Do you go to church in the morning? Are you cooking a big Easter dinner? Are you going out to eat? I think restaurants are open on Easter. I always have everybody over for Easter brunch on Easter Sunday. So usually after church, we all come and have a nice little Easter brunch. I don't have any kiddos who are young enough to really do Easter egg hunts anymore. We'll see what Oliver wants to do this year. He's 14 now, so he may be over the idea of Easter egg hunt. I do think we did one last year. Easter egg hunts are not as much fun when you're the only kid hunting the Easter eggs. We'll ask him what he wants to do. All right, so I think that's a nice coverage. It may need a second coat, but we're gonna go with one for now. And we're gonna set that to the side. Let's paint up our little frame and our bunny. So we're gonna use brown to do that. So I'm gonna get out some brown. You're gonna get all your paints in a nice little kit like this. It's gonna have all your little paints in it. I'm just not opening those because I can use them for another kit and then I won't have to cup them back up. But you are gonna get a nice little baggie with all your paints in it to make yours look like the example photo. I'm gonna use my makeup sponge, which you're gonna get inside of your kit to paint my frame. The makeup sponge is really great for painting little skinny pieces like this because if I took my brush to this, there's a guarantee that I'm gonna get this all over the edges. And so rather than painting it with the brush, I'm gonna use the sponge. And I use the rectangle end of the sponge, which is opposite from how you would normally use a makeup sponge, but it works really well for the paint. The trick here is to just not have very much paint on your sponge, just need a little bit, and you just dab it on. Our little bunny is also going to be brown, and he's got, let's see, a little arm here, a little tail, and an ear that we're gonna glue down. Let's just base coat him with our brown to get started. And we're gonna just use the sponge because we have it here in our hand. If you're just joining us, this is this month's Wagon Club kit. So it is Easter themed, and it's got this super cute little brown bunny in it. Just love him. He's adorable. It is spring break around here. Kiddos are all on spring break. Last week we had spring break art camp all week, and so that is why I did not go live last week, because in between teaching spring break art camp I was trying to get orders out, and then we also did 4 classes last week, which kept me very, very busy. So that's why we didn't get these done sooner, but here we are now painting our little kit. Okay, his tail is going to be white. I do think I want to take a tiny bit of black and just give him a little shading here. So let's just grab a little bit of black paint. We don't need very much. And I'm going to get that on my sponge, just barely on the corner of my sponge here. And I'm going to take that sponge, I especially want to do his arm here. So we're going to go right around the edge of his arm, just barely tapping the side of the sponge onto my piece. And I'm looking at this, I actually painted the wrong side. Look, there's spots on this side. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so we're gonna redo that. Oh, it's nice practice. Let's just paint this one brown, and then we're gonna take our black and go right around that edge. Just to give us a little shadow. I'm gonna do that on his ear as well. Just a little bit of that black right around the edge. And whoop! By sponging it on rather than brushing it, we just get a soft little shadow versus like a harsh line. There we go. I've got it turned around so you guys can see the words, and it does make it a little more difficult to figure out where the camera is and where I should be. Then I've got this horizontal view going on instead of the regular normal vertical view, which is also messing with my brain just a smidge. All right, we're gonna brush just a little bit of this black on our bunny, or sponge it rather, just to give him a little more dimension. There we go. Cute. Okay. He's got his ear here. We're gonna make that just a little pink. So let's grab this pink we've got sitting here. We'll just mix it with a little bit of white. And we'll take our brush and just mix a little pink and some white. I don't want it to be super bright. I'm even gonna add a touch of brown in there for my bunny's ear, because I do just want a soft color. There we go. So we did pink, white, and a touch of brown. And we're gonna do right inside of his ear here, just following those etched lines. There we go. That's perfect. All right. And then we've got his little white bunny tail. So let's rinse that brush out really well. Wipe it off, and we'll give him his little fluffy tail. Perfect. All right, so that is all of our bunny pieces. Oh, painted his face. Let's go ahead and do that while we're here, and then he can dry before we glue him all together. So I'm gonna take a tiny bit of black. We're gonna fill in his eye and his little nose. Perfect. All right, and we're just gonna set him over to the side to dry, and then we'll glue him together here in a bit. Okay, we have our carrots here, which are a beautiful orange color. So let's grab some orange. This one doesn't have very much paint in it, but I think it will be enough to get the job done. And then we can throw that one away. Ooh, I missed. That's okay. All right. So I'm gonna grab my medium brush here, and we're gonna brush on our carrots. Now we could use the sponge, and that may actually be a better choice here. I'm debating. I've got all these etched lines. I don't want to fill them in completely. We're gonna go with the brush. I think it'll be okay. So I'm just being careful not to put a ton of paint on my brush, because I don't want to fill in all of my etched lines with the orange paint. I want them to still show, so to give my carrots some character there. So if you take your brush and you don't have very much paint on it, then when you brush over top of those lines, you won't push as much paint down into them. If I wanted to not put a ton of paint on here, and I really wanted to make sure those etched lines were showing, say they were words or something, I would, instead of using the brush, I would definitely use the makeup sponge. But I think for this, it will be just fine. And again, I'm just pulling straight across the top so that I don't get a ton of paint on my edges. All right, we're gonna give these a quick dry because they're gonna need another coat. And we're gonna go ahead and do a second coat of that bright orange. And then we'll mix up a lighter orange with a little bit of white and give them some dimension. Orange is one of those colors. It's in the red and yellow family, so it's pretty translucent or transparent. It doesn't have a ton of body to it, so anytime you're painting with reds, oranges, or yellows, you're going to want to do a couple coats of those in order to get them to be nice and vibrant. And we want these to be pretty vibrant carrots. I will say I also tried something new today. We're just doing all kinds of new things with this video, and in order to get it to be faced the right direction so you guys can see the words the right direction, I have to go in through the Facebook business suite. So it is a possibility that I'm not seeing your comments and that you are here commenting. So just know I'm not ignoring you. They are just not showing up over here. But I will go back and answer any questions or comments you have at the end of the video. All right, one more quick dry for these guys. That is perfect. All right, and then we're gonna mix a little white with some orange to just get a brighter, whiter orange. which we're gonna brush kind of here in the middle of our carrots. Kind of stick into the middles. Brushing that on. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that darker orange, the regular straight orange, and pull it across from the edge, just to give us a little bit more dimension. See how much better that looks than just these plain old orange, boring carrots. It's just one of those extra steps. It's totally not a necessary step, but it does just kind of bring everything to life. All right, so we've got a little bit of the lighter orange on one side. Pull a little bit on this one as well. And then we'll take that regular straight orange and blend it across. Perfect. That way our carrots are a little more two-dimensional, and this is not super complicated. If we wanted it to be super complicated, we could take a tiny bit of the brown and mix it with some orange and come along the opposite side with a little bit of that darker orange. So a little bit of brown, and we're gonna pull that across. Perfect. I love that look. These carrots have this little stand at the bottom. That's going to get tucked down into your wagon, so you don't have to worry about that very much. It's just there to give you a little more stability to your set of carrots. Let's brush the tiniest bit of brown on this one as well, just so these guys have a little more dimension. All right, I am loving the way they look. We got to paint the tops of them, so we're going to use our green paint to do that. Medium brush, and let's brush these on with our green. For our tops of our carrots, and they do just kind of come straight across. Perfect. And while I'm brushing these, I'm going to pick up the tiniest bit of my white as well, just so I can do this all in one fell swoop. I don't have to come back. That green's going to give me a pretty good base. So if we just do the white with the green, I just dip my brush in the white, dip my brush in the green, and I just kind of let the paint fall where it wants. That can be hard for some people. We tend to want to mix the colors, but if you don't mix the colors and you just load them on your brush, you're going to get more variation and more dimension in your little carrot leaves. Good morning, how are you? I guess it's afternoon, really. Been kind of nursing a migraine all morning, so I wasn't doing a whole lot. I was just kind of working from bed, but I need to get this done. So here we are. Here we are. All right, those are looking beautiful. If you're a member of the Wagon Club and you're watching, tell me what your favorite thing about the Wagon Club is, or maybe what your favorite kit has been. So there's our carrots. We will glue, when we get ready, we'll glue this guy on top, just like that. I see a smidge of green here that did not get covered, so we'll just finger paint that, and that'll be good. All right, let's set those puppies to the side. Let's work on this sign. It's gonna say Bunny Kisses and Easter Wishes. So cute. We're gonna do the bottom of it in a pink. So I'm gonna grab my bigger brush, rinse it out really well. And we're gonna do that light pink, just like we did, well, similar to what we did for the bunny's ears. Nice light pink. Not adding any brown like we did on his little ears. We want just some pretty spring colors. Who is ready for spring? It's here. Doesn't exactly feel like it every day, but it is here. I love spring. I love seeing all the pretty flowers. Our Easter flowers have started popping up. And our tulips I know will be next. And I just love seeing all the pretty flowers coming up and the yard just starting to come to life. My husband is he loves gardening. He loves playing out in the dirt, all things outside. And so he has been itching to get out there and start doing stuff. And I'm like, you have got to wait because you're going to start planting stuff. And then we're going to have to baby it for a couple months. I know it's going to happen. He's going to be off one weekend when it's really nice outside, and he's going to go out there and just start planting stuff because that's what he does. Drives me crazy because then I know we have to baby them for a while. All right, so we've got our paint here for our base. Anybody else do that? Like you just can't wait once the sun starts shining and the birds start chirping, you just are like gotta be outside planting all the things. All right, we've got Bunny. Just pop that little middle out there. Kisses and Easter wishes. So if you ever have a little piece, see how that has that little piece there in the middle. You can just take your finger and just kind of pop it out, or a pen or something, and pop those out and they'll pop right out. All right, it's gonna be Bunny Kisses and Easter Wishes. We're gonna do the wishes part in a green and white. I'm gonna take this little piece of a sponge that I have sitting here. These little pieces, when you use your sponge, you can use it for so many colors, and then you don't have to throw it away. You can just keep using it and using it until there's nothing left. And they work really well for doing, you know, when I wanna do 4 and 5 colors. I love having these little chunks of sponges laying around. All right, so we're doing this in a nice kind of minty green. I just mixed a little bit of white with my green. The same green we used for the carrot stems. Now we've got this pretty little minty color. That's perfect. We're gonna do this in a nice, pretty light blue. So let's grab some blue. And I'm gonna use the same sponge because green and blue are kind of in the same family, so they will be just a fine next to each other. And I've got enough paint on here that the green should not come through. And if it does, it will be okay. So we'll paint up our word Easter. Perfect. So we have wishes and we have Easter. That wishes might be, I might want it to be a smidge darker. Ooh, I like that better. That is better. It was looking a little white. I wanted it to be more green. Okay, and then we're gonna do Kisses in yellow and Bunny in purple. So let's see if we've got more sponges laying around here. We've got this one here. I need some yellow. This one has a lot of colors to it because we wanted all the spring colors. All the spring colors. All right, so we've got Kisses. That's very bright. We're gonna add a little white to it. We want a nice pale spring yellow. There we go. Just that little dibble of white helped. Just kind of tone that down a little bit. And then we're gonna do purple for this one. There we go. And let's grab some purple. Nice, soft, pale purple here. And I think I'll do that little and sign in the yellow as well. All right. Oh, I grabbed some green, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go with it. It's fine. I think it was on my table there. All right, perfect. And then where's my yellow sponge? Where'd she go? Here she is. Come back, and we'll do this little and in the yellow because it's going to be down with the kisses, so we want it to be yellow. We're going to make this just a smidge not so bright. There we go. Okay. While we've got this, let's go ahead and do our Happy Easter. So for the Easter, I'm going to do kind of an ombre. We're going to start with the yellow. Yeah, let's start with the yellow. And we're going to go into the green. So I'm going to take my sponge and pick up my light green color. Come right up against that yellow. And we're going to fade into the blue. All right, we're gonna pick up a little bit of our blue. A little more, just to make sure my green paint's covered there. And come into my green. There we go. I like that. That looks really nice. All right, I'm gonna just kind of tap my sponge off and kind of get all the paint off and pick up that green again. Just kind of blend that middle section a little bit better. Same thing with my yellow. Just blend my lines a little bit. Got a little paintbrush here there. Okay. There we go. So there's Easter. I see a comment. Let's see what it says. I like the wagon allows a quick change between holidays and seasons without a whole bunch of work or setup. I really like the Valentine's and St. Patrick's Day. I don't usually decorate for St. Patty's Day, but kids love to do that. I love that too, and you are going to love, hopefully, next month's kit because I have a super fun holiday that we're going to celebrate with next month's kit that I think a lot of people don't really decorate for. So we'll see what you think, but I think you're going to really enjoy it. The one thing about our wagon and our tiered tray clubs is they have been around for so long now that like I feel like I have to get a little creative to find things that we haven't already done or new ways to do things that we have already done. Easter is a pretty good size holiday, so I felt like we shouldn't skip on Easter. But sometimes there's some more of those more minor holidays like St. Patrick's Day. I don't usually decorate for St. Patrick's Day either, but it's fun to put up a few little things, and it does make it super easy because these kits paint up so fast and easy that you don't have to spend a ton of time doing it, but then you get a nice little decoration to put up. All right, so we're using the pink and the yellow on the word happy. And these words are going on here on our front of our wagon. So it's going to be Happy Easter, like that. So cute. Definitely more vibrant than it is in the picture. So if you wanted the more pastel colors, you could just add more white to your colors before you put them down, and that would be just fine. Okay, we've got some baby Easter eggs we need to paint. Some of which are going to go on the top of that sign, and some of which are going to go on this Bunny Kisses Easter Wishes sign. So we've got two plain ones. So let's just do one purple egg. I won't put that on the top of the sign because we didn't have purple over there. We'll do one of these little speckledy ones in purple. And maybe give it some pink dots. Let's do a bluish green plain egg. We've got that blue and green kind of mixed on our sponge here, so I think that's perfect for that one. We'll do a yellow base for this one, and then we'll put the stripes on. And let's do a yellow speckled. And then our other stripy egg, let's give it some pink. We haven't done a pink one yet. So we'll give this guy a little pink. That is perfect. All right. That's a very bright pink. Let's tone that down. There we go. I think a little bit of that purple is still on that sponge, but it's fine. We're going with it. Okay. Let's do our stripes and our speckles on these guys. So I'm going to do some pink speckles on the purple one. And they're just kind of there. You just kind of got to fill them in. Pretty easy to do. They don't have to be perfect. You could always use the back of your paintbrush too if you wanted them to be more perfect. I'm going to do orange dots on this yellow egg. I think the orange will look really nice with the yellow. I don't want anything that's going to be too bright and in your face. Just a few little dots there. All right, and then we have, we need to do stripes. So I feel like I got paint on my face just now. Okay, green. Whoa, roll the paintbrush across the desk here. All right, we'll do a blue stripe. And stripe. Okay. Easter eggs are fun. They can be in all different colors. And I sometimes think the crazier the colors, the better. So we'll do purple. We'll do a little green. There we go. Nice little swatch there. Okay. And then let's do a little pink on this one. A little bit of pink. Perfect. All right, there are all our little baby eggs. Let's move all those to the side for right now. Let them dry. And we've got one big egg to work on, and then we're ready to glue everything together. So you can see how quickly this whole kit comes together. So we've got our big egg. We are going to do this outside piece in white. I'm going to take my sponge and clip it with my scissors. So I just clip off the bottom, and now I have a whole new sponge to work with. We're going to dip into our white. I've been mixing it with a lot of colors, so I'm trying to be careful here to not get any of those extra colors on there. And we're going to just paint this whole piece with the white. Then I'm going to show you how to do a fun ombre with all of our fun Easter colors on the back of our egg here. Right? Easter eggs are supposed to be nice and colorful. Did you like decorating Easter eggs as a kid? And did you dye them? Did you paint them? What was your favorite way to decorate Easter eggs as a kid? Or maybe you do them now still with grandkids or your own children, or just on your own as fun. I always love those little Easter egg dyeing kits. Those are so fun. Eggs are so expensive anymore. It's hard to warrant dyeing them because you're not really gonna eat them. I did know some people when I was a kid. I always thought it was kind of weird, the people who would actually eat the dyed Easter eggs, because they're all green inside after sitting in that dye. Doesn't seem very appealing to me. But I was never a big egg eater either. Okay, I'm painting these little dots. There are 3, 4, 5 of them. So I'm just painting them with purple. That will be the one color that we're not going to use on our ombre of an egg. So when you're doing ombres, you want to think about colors that are complementary, that go together. You don't want to go from a yellow to a purple per se, because those two colors are not going to mix well together. So you want to be sure you do it in an order that makes sense and the colors are going to mix well together in an order that you're putting them on. So we're going to start with pink, and I'm going to use my sponge. We're going to start here at the top. I feel like I knocked something off with my sleeve just now. All right, pink. We're going to blend our pink into a yellow. We have to be a little careful here because we don't want our pink and our yellow to turn too orange. So we're going to pick up that pale yellow. And I've got some here on my desk, so we're just using that, and we're going to blend it down, kind of right to where those dots are. And then the trick where this line, where the colors meet, is to just come in and just sponge right inside that line. You don't want to work your way too far up, or you're just going to end up with a brand new color, and you won't have, you know, the pink and then the yellow. But we do want a softer transition. So I'm going to come back with a little bit of the pink and blend. And you just kind of have to keep working that line of color right there where the two colors meet together to get this nice soft transition, so it's not a harsh line where one color starts and the other color begins. And I will say this is probably a little tricky for some people. A lot of people struggle with the blending, but it just takes practice, and the more you practice, the better you will get. All right, let's take green next, because green and yellow are going to blend very well together. So we're going to take a little bit of that green. We're going to cover the middle of our egg right here. So this big section. I'm just pouncing my sponge up and down. So you will see I have this nice straight line where my colors are. I don't want that. I want these to blend. So we're going to come back in with our yellow and come right over top where that line is and just come down just a little bit, not too much, just barely tapping. It doesn't require a ton of paint. It's more about the tapping and blending than it is really adding a lot of paint. And then we'll come back with our green. And the same thing, I'm not going to add any more paint to the sponge. I'm just going to go right over that line. And I go up into the yellow just a little bit, not too far. I want a nice line where I have a good amount of yellow, and then a line where there's kind of this yellowy green. More yellow, and now we have this soft transition from the yellow to the green. All right, and at the bottom, we are going to do our blue. So let's grab a little piece of sponge here. Let's grab our blue. We're gonna start, I start with the purest color at the furthest away edge. So that's gonna be down here at the bottom. We're taking our blue. And then that way this is a nice pure blue color down here. Nice pretty blue, which is what we want. I'm gonna add a little white into it because I don't wanna have to come back and do a second coat on this because it can be hard to blend the colors that way. So I'm adding a little white just to give it a little more grab. And then we're just blending our blue right up to that green line. And then we'll come in with the green and blend down. You'll notice I didn't pick up any more paint on my sponge. This is just what is left. A little fuzzy there. Okay, let's grab some blue and blend the blue with the green. Perfect. I love that. That is a nice little ombre colored Easter egg. Super fun little technique that you can use for lots of different things. Okay, so I think we're ready to start gluing. So we're going to grab our E6000. This is the glue that you're going to get inside of your kit. You're going to get a tiny little tube. You twist the cap off and you open it up. When you use E6000, you need just a dot of glue. It does not take very much. You don't want a ton of glue seeping out from underneath your pieces. So we're using just a little bit. I will say, I think they have changed the formula of this glue recently. Because it is much stronger smelling than it used to be. I don't know what's going on. I've noticed that in this particular box of glue that we've gotten, that these are very strong. All right, and then it's just like putting on lipstick. So I run this tube of glue right up to that edge, right on the piece. I don't have it sticking out way out here and I'm dropping big old globs. I am barely running it along the edge to just put the tiniest bit of glue here, because I don't want a bunch of glue coming out from underneath my pieces. So think of it like you're putting on lipstick, chapstick, something like that, and you're just barely running that up against the edge. It does not require a ton of glue, and then we're going to set this piece down, and voila, there's our egg. Let's do our bunny kisses, Easter wishes. The other thing about this glue is it is not a quick dry glue, so it does have a dry time of about 24 hours. You're going to want to let all your pieces lay flat for 24 hours, or they're going to move on you. In about 30 minutes, it's going to seem like they're dry, but I promise you they're not. And if you stand them up and you walk away and you come back, you're going to find that everything has moved, and that will be so sad. So don't do that. Let them lay flat for 24 hours so that they dry. All right, we've got Easter, so we've got bunny kisses and Easter wishes. You could use a super glue if you'd like. What I do not like about the super glue is I don't have that. I've got a little bit of wiggle room here where I can kind of move pieces around. If I use a super glue, I do not have that wiggle room, and wherever I put it is where it's going to stay forever and ever. So this is nice because I can kind of move and straighten things out if I need to. Which I enjoy. Okay, we're going to put 2 of these eggs on here. So let's do the yellow striped one right here. And let's do this little speckled one over here. Perfect. So we've got bunny kisses and Easter wishes. I'm going to come back and add white details to that in just a moment. We have our carrots. These guys are pretty simple, if we can hold on to them. They're just gonna get, one's gonna get glued on the top here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue around the edge, and he just goes right here. So I've got a little bunch of carrots. Super cute. We'll add some white details to that. I always glue everything and then I do all my white details. I think it's easier. I don't spend a ton of time putting details where it's gonna be covered up, and it kind of just lets me see where everything's gonna sit. All right, we have the word happy, and then Easter. Just a smidge, and because I did not use a super glue, I'm able to do that. And then we're going to put these eggs up here at the top. So let's do this guy over here because we don't have any green on this side, and we'll put the purple one over here, and then we've got these little guys too. So actually I think, oh, I don't know, I think he needs to go here because that's a bigger space. And then we can kind of do the purple one here, the green one like that. See, I'm able to move these around, which is so nice with this E6000. All right. I think that's okay. I don't love these two purplish colored eggs right next to each other, but I think they're okay. We're gonna just go with it. All right, we got our little bunny guy. So we've got the brown frame that goes around the edge. I do think if I'm gonna do the videos like this, I'm gonna need to bring my laptop in here because I have a feeling you guys are making comments and I can't even see them, so I apologize. All right, and then our bunny. Sweet little chocolate bunny. Gonna go right here. Perfect. His little tail. Stick it right there. Here's his little arm. And it just kind of goes, I don't think it goes right on top of that piece. And actually it goes like this. The shoulder goes up there. Okay, there we go. Goes like that. And then his little ear. And it's just gonna go right there. Oh my gosh, she's stinking adorable. Okay, let's add some white details. I don't think I'm gonna add anything to my bunny. He looks really cute just the way he is. I am gonna touch up. I must have had some green on my fingers, so we'll just touch that up. But otherwise, I think he is pretty stinking adorable the way he is. I think our carrots just need a quick little white highlight, so we're just gonna take a little white and just give them a little swipe. Maybe a little swipe here. I don't think we'll do a swipe on that one because maybe that highlight is covered, and a couple little dots. So we could throw a swipe or two up here in our leaves. And there's our little bunch of carrots. Not adding anything to our ombre egg. We are gonna put a few little details on our words here. So I feel like this guy could use a little swipe. And then we'll just do a couple little highlights on our letters here. I always say don't overthink the highlights. Just put them wherever makes your heart happy. Here's the thing, this is just white paint. So if you paint it and you absolutely hate it, you can let it dry and go right back over top of it. White paint is super easy to cover. So it's not gonna be that big a deal. And it's just not something to stress about. Not something to stress about at all. All right, let's do a couple little highlights, especially on these plain eggs. I like a little swipe and a couple dots. I don't know, it's just what I do. We'll throw a few little swipes of white on our happy and our Easter. There we go. Perfect. So here it is. Let's tilt you back up this way. Thank you, Lonnie and Jamie. Hey, hey, hey. How are we doing? Let's see who else is here. Lindy's here. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. All right, so here's our little wagon. So cute. And then these pieces we're gonna just set inside of here. I keep some crumpled up brown paper in the bottom of my wagon just to kind of give my pieces a little bit of stability. I will say these pieces are all pretty large, so they're not gonna need too much stuffing in the bottom down there, but I can set them in here. Let's put this one. Set these like this. Oh, we're covering our little bunny's face. Get up, get out of there, little bunny. Okay, there's that. So cute. And then I'll probably set this one maybe beside our wagon. And then this piece hangs on the front. I've got some little hooks somewhere around here. This guy will hang on the front of your wagon, and then I like to set this piece kind of next to it. Or maybe I'll set the bunny next to it and put the Bunny Kisses Easter wishes in the wagon. But how stinking adorable is that? This is our Wagon Club for the month of March. That's what month it is, March. So fun. I'd love to see pictures of yours when you get it all painted up. Be sure to send me some pictures or put them in our craft kit group. If you're not a member of our craft kit group, it is a free group here on Facebook that you can join. Super fun. You can show pictures of yourself. We also do deals and specials in there that are specific only to the group. So it's a great way to get in on some special deals. But how stinking adorable is this? Perfect for spring and Easter. So bright and fun colors. I just love all these pieces. Super fun. I'll be back to paint up our Tiered Trade Club kit later this week. And then we have the bunnies from the BOGO this month as well that we still need to paint up with you guys. So we're going to try to get all that done this week since I didn't get anything done last week because of spring break. But I hope that you're having an amazing, what is today, Tuesday? I hope you're having a great Tuesday, and I hope you come back to hang out with me real soon. Go grab your Wagon Club kit. If you're not already a member, go join the club. $25 a month, you get a new kit every single month delivered to your door. You get a 20% off coupon you can use on any of our items. We do sell the wagons on there. You can grab that for 20% off as well. So all of these fun things that you can get. And it is just a fun way just to change up your decor each month and give you something new to look at. And a little me time for 20 to 30 minutes. You get to just sit and paint, which is also super fun. All right, y'all, have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.